Hey folks, it's Mr. MegaManFan. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You know all the things to do. How's it going, everybody? I hope you're all doing well out there. I'm doing okay because I've got a package from Japan and I'm going to go ahead and open it up and share the contents with everyone in lieu of the previously scheduled episode of the PC Engine Files, which I will just bump back. As usual with Japan for you, everything is well taken care of. Lots of extra bubble wrap and peanuts where necessary. This time I was a little more focused on Game Gear games. Decided there were some affordable ones I could pick up and try. And that's certainly worth doing because it's hard to find many Game Gear games in the wild, especially not ones that you already have. You can find copies of Sonic all the time, but not always other things. This one is Gear Stadium. Probably obvious from it having some baseball-like things going on. This one is Ariel Crystal Densetsu. Some of these I'm probably going to need to dump and or patch if there are English language patches. This is a Wolf Team game, Zangear. Curious to see what that one's going to be like. This one's kind of self-explanatory. The name is in English. Kinetic Connection. I have a feeling it'll just be a puzzle game of some kind, but at least it'll be one in color, right? So I'm looking forward to it. So we've got even more here. I also picked up a GameCube memory card. It looks like it might have come with Joshin the Giant based on the logo, or maybe that's just a sticker someone put on a Japanese GameCube memory card, but I'm going to be curious to see what, if any, files are on there right now, unless it's been wiped. So much cheaper from Japan than it is buying it in the United States that I honestly couldn't resist picking it up at this price. And if I just download the English ROM and put it on an EverDrive, I can live with that because at least I have an authentic copy already. So in those cases, I feel that's justified. Here's another one that's self-explanatory because it's in English. It says Junction, so that'll probably be another puzzle game. And this one says Super Golf, so that too is fairly self-explanatory. All of these were like $1 or $2 at the most. Eternal Legend. I've got to think there'll be a patch for that. Who knows if it had a US release or not, but if it didn't, I feel like it will have a conversion of some kind. And we've got some cartridges here as well. One of these was largely my reason for placing this order, although I like all the stuff I'm getting, but there was one thing in particular that really struck my fancy out of this order. This is the Rumble Pack version of Wave Race 64 as described in the eBay auction. So I assume the only difference will be that it rumbles. They did that with a few early N64 games. I believe there's Super Mario 64 that also had 2 different versions. One was updated for Rumble Pack. I could swear I've seen a video about that I think maybe it was stop skeletons from fighting Uncle Derek, but maybe it was somebody else. Okay, what was the title of this one? Oh yes, Fushigi no Dungeon Shiren 2. And this is the Monopoly game 2. I don't think we got a sequel to the Monopoly game, so this would be Japan exclusive. And I don't really know what you could make a sequel of to Monopoly anyway, other than like improving the AI or allowing more players with a multi-tap. I mean, what would you really add? But I'll find out. And here's the one that I referenced that I really wanted. Wrecking Crew 98. Never released in North America because they had already stopped publishing Super Nintendo games here by that time. And originally, it wasn't even released in Japan. I believe this was exclusive to Satellaview, and then at the tail end of Super Famicom production, they made physical carts for a few games like this and Kirby no Kira Kira, and they're usually expensive, but I watched the price drop day by day, $1, $2, $5, when it hit a point that was far lower than what it was listed for on price charting, like 50% or more or less, I pulled the trigger on it. And last but not least, we have a Japanese GameCube game to go with my Japanese GameCube memory card. And this one was also relatively inexpensive, although it might be the second most expensive compared to Wrecking Crew 98, Mario Party 5. It just struck my fancy because of how fancy the Japanese box looks. And as you can see, it's in really good condition. Let's look at the game, see how it looks. And since I have a modded GameCube and a freeloader, I can play it either way. I basically have region-free GameCubes. I don't have to worry about those kind of issues. It looks like they had Club Nintendo rewards of some kind in Japan at the time, so nice to see that even that stuff got included inside of here, when the previous owner could have thrown that stuff away, but happily they did not. You know what, just so I don't lose track of that memory card, I think I'll go ahead and stick it in here since there's a little spot provided for memory cards, so that way I'll know where it is later. Stick it right there. And that's it. That's my latest haul from Japan. I'm Mr. MegaManFan, and as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in a future video. Bye-bye for now.